So when it comes to fruit trees in a desert environment, things can get a little tough. So what's a way to take the easy street when it comes to fruit trees? That's up next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here in September. So if you guys have been following us along, you know that we have over 200 fruiting trees, vines, and shrubs here on this Sonoran Desert Farm. And what we want to share with you today are our top 3 easiest trees to grow here in Arizona. So before we get started, I really have to make sure and clarify, we're going to be talking about the top 3, maybe a little more unusual varieties, because what you see behind me here would be the obvious winner. This is a citrus tree. Now we're here in Arizona. One of the 5 C's of the state is citrus. We're one of the 5 states that can easily grow citrus on a commercial scale. We even have citrus that's named after the state, the Arizona sweet oranges. So I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate citrus because that would be the obvious winner. So let's go ahead and not talk about citrus today. So citrus aside, what are the 3 easiest types of fruit trees to grow here in Arizona? Before we get started on the list, let's talk a little bit about how we decided if these were easy. So we're really kind of gearing this towards, well, anybody that's wanting to grow fruit trees in an environment like this and have the least amount of work and the best chance of success right away. So that's really what we're looking for today on today's list. So the apple tree behind me wouldn't make it on this list, and the only reason why is it can be a little complicated when it comes to pruning. If you don't do that correctly, you won't get any fruit. And if you choose the wrong variety, you probably still won't get fruit. So apples won't make the list. So taking into consideration a couple things that took certain types of fruit out of this list, you see a loquat tree behind me here, and while this particular one looks beautiful here at the end of summer, a couple of the other ones look pretty darn ratty, and they actually are very, very productive. The challenge is they really struggle during the summertime, and people struggle with that. And depending on your yard and having them up against a fence, a lot of different things that can make that even more difficult. Might even need to shade them a little bit. So it's complicated. One of the reasons you won't see any tropical trees here is the same reason, just in reverse. They don't survive our winters at all out here, but they're very difficult to get through our certain seasons. So all of those are immediately off the list. Number 3 on our list of easiest trees to grow in a desert environment like this in Arizona would be Jujubes. Now we've talked a little bit about this type of fruit here in Arizona. It is a fantastic, very heat tolerant type of tree for us here. We have at this point, we've gone from 3 different varieties to 5, and we're seriously considering a couple more. And it is very, very easy to grow. It's easy to plant, it's easy to take care of, it doesn't require pruning, although you can for additional production. You can kind of prune it however you want. Very easy to get fruit off of this. There's still late fruit on this tree here. So a lot of wonderful things about this tree. The only reason it didn't make it higher on the list is this tree sends out mega runners from its root system. We're still battling that. Wherever the ground, the soil is moist and it can send its roots, it does, and man, it's ready to start shooting up new trees from that rootstock. So the only thing that kept this from being in the top 2. So number 2 and runner up on our list of easiest fruit trees to grow in a desert environment like this would be pomegranates. You'll see one of our pomegranate trees behind me here, and it is completely loaded with fruit. These trees are very, very easy to grow. They can be grown easily from cuttings. They can be propagated easily from cuttings. They don't really need to be pruned. They can be grown as a bush or grown as a tree. They will put production on old growth and new. So a lot of things that are easy about these trees. Really the only reason this one didn't make the top of our list is because, as you might be able to tell behind me here, While they're very productive, we basically never get any ripe fruit off of these trees. So many things go after these trees. Birds will go after them. We have ground squirrel problems here. Those will come through. That's what a lot of this has been lost to. Because they set fruit in March and April, and that fruit needs to last through our entire summer, and it ripens in like December, it's very, very difficult to get ripe fruit into that time period. So the only reason this tree did not make the top of our list is that. Otherwise, it's a fantastic variety and pretty darn easy for us here in Arizona. One of our runners-up would be figs. You'll see one of our figs behind us here. These are Berjaza grise. These are actually a fantastic fruit for us in Arizona and similar climates. The only reason it didn't make it into the top 3, a couple different reasons. The first one is they can be a little complicated when it comes to pruning. If you don't prune them at all, the growth and the new shoots up towards the top of the tree can be hard to get to. And also, variety does make a big difference here. So there are varieties that simply will not produce for us or not produce well just because of our dry environment. Otherwise, it's a fantastic tree and pretty easy for us to grow here in Arizona. Our top choice for easiest trees to grow here in Arizona is mulberries. Now, you're probably wondering how the heck this made it on the list. Well, there are so many reasons why mulberries are easy for us here in Arizona. I can go into everything, but the reality is they're just easy. You're gonna have to take my word for it. No, seriously. They are amazing trees for us here. In fact, if you go into older parts of the city, you'll see male mulberry trees that used to be planted for shade. They'd be pollarded, which is basically chopped back to at the same spot each year, and they would shoot out, 5, 10 plus feet of new growth. Well, when you have a fruiting mulberry, that 5 to 10 feet of new growth all puts on your fruit. Some of the varieties are overproductive as far as the production capacity on these trees. Pruning doesn't matter. You can or you don't have to. They tolerate our cold weather and our heat just fine. There are a couple varieties like the Shangri-La. They'll struggle a little bit in the summertime, but not really. They get some yellowing leaves and whatnot, but it doesn't kill them. And I'll tell you what, very easy to propagate if you're wanting to do that. So just amazing trees for us here in Arizona, and our top pick for easiest trees to grow here in this environment. So what do you think of our list? Did we get it wrong? Totally wrong? Did we forget something, an obvious one that should have been part of this list of easiest fruit trees to grow here in Arizona? Let us know down in the comments. So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We cover a lot of things here on this Sonoran desert farm and would love to see you on a regular basis. If you have any questions or comments, those go in the comments section down below. And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link down in the description. That's a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with the link down below, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help to support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you. Right, Sasha girl? Come on, sweep up. One of the reasons you won't see any types of, what am I thinking?
Tropicals.
Thank you. So what do you think of our list? What did we miss? What did we get wrong? Did we get the wrong order? Is there an obvious? Yep.
Come here,
Go ahead and start over.
Come here.
Too late.